People were really upset at Rebel Wilson's announcement at the VMAs. Now, of course, the VMAs is all about controversy because if there wasn't controversy, no one would talk about it. But during the 2015 VMAs, she went up there on stage and she made a statement about Black Lives Matter and police brutality. Now, she didn't state anything about Black Lives Matter specifically, but police brutality is a big issue, and she thought that she would kind of make a joke about it. So here's what happened. She used the movement against racially biased police brutality to take a stand against police strippers, all right? So let's take a look at her. She showed up wearing a police uniform, and then she took the uniform off, showing a shirt that says, "Fuck the stripper police," right? Now, people weren't happy about this because she also had a message to go along with it. Here's what she said. "A lot of people have problems with the police, but I really hate police strippers. You guys know what I'm talking about. They come over to your house, you think you're getting arrested, and you just get a lap dance that's usually uninspired. I hired police strippers for my grandma's 80th birthday, and he wouldn't even feel her up. I hate this injustice, hence the shirt." Now, a number of people tweeted about this, and they were not pleased, especially members of Black Lives Matter. Let's take a look at what they had to say. One person tweeted, "Rebel Wilson's stripper police was a mockery of the past year and the lives of those killed by police." Another tweet said, "Is Rebel Wilson literally making fun of police brutality?" But not everyone agreed with the criticism. Some people actually had positive things to say, or at least they defended her. Let's take a look at that tweet. "It's satire," says Glenn Coco. "Satire is traditionally the weapon of the powerless against the powerful. I only aim at the powerful. When satire is aimed at the powerless, it is not only cruel, it's vulgar." Now, I think you can probably interpret that as either her saying that it's satire or her saying that this is not an example of satire. I'm not entirely sure what that tweeter said or meant to say through that tweet, but there were definitely some people who were defending Rebel Wilson, saying that, hey, this is a joke and people should be able to make lighthearted jokes about any situation. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this, though. Maytha, make your point.
I have so much to say about this. I think it's incredibly tasteless and offensive, especially that comment about the stripper coming up and feeling her grandmother, because just a couple months ago, we were witness to images that almost invoked that notion in Texas and McKinney of a cop straddled on top of a young teenage Black girl in a bikini. You know, so that to me was one of the first things I thought about. The other thing is that she's presenting for the best hip hop video category, right? And one of the videos nominated in that category was Kendrick Lamar's All Right, which starts out with a scene from LA, I believe, and they have a police shooting happening and a police shooting a Black person. And Kendrick Lamar says that he is, he talks about a war based on apartheid and discrimination. And then he goes on in the video to say, "And we hate Popo, want to kill us dead in the street for sure." So that whole video is a critique on police brutality and state violence. So, I mean, to me, that would be like showing up in, I know this is going to be very controversial and I'm going to get tons of comments in the comment well of this video, but it'd be like showing up as Hitler or the Third Reich for presenting on Schindler's List as an Academy-nominated movie, or showing up as a slave master for a category where 12 Years a Slave is nominated.
That's an interesting point. Robbie, what do you think? Make your point.
In my opinion, I think this is just the risk that you take in comedy. And I think, especially when you're doing a joke about something that's as controversial as this is, you have to be very, very specific about what your joke is. So, you know, some people on Twitter saying that it's satire, that I think she didn't intentionally belittle the issue. I think what she meant to do was, you know, that she was making a joke that she's on board with the Black Lives Matter movement, but not for the right reasons. Like, she missed the bandwagon. I think that's the joke she was going for. But obviously, it was in poor taste, and it wasn't very clear that what she was doing was taking power away from the police. It seemed like she was belittling the issue as a whole. So to me, I'm just like, well, that's what happens in comedy sometimes, is you fuck up, you don't do it right. So
yeah, I mean, look, I think that in comedy, timing matters, and I also believe that as comedians, you should be willing and ready to take criticism when your joke might offend some people. And for a lot of people, that was beyond poor taste, because there are unarmed black people getting shot on a regular basis. And if that's not bad enough, there's no justice served in those cases either, where these cops get away with shooting unarmed people. And when you look at the number of unarmed people as a whole that get shot and killed by police, somewhere around 80% of them are minorities. So this is a real issue that impacts a lot of different people. And if you're gonna make a joke about it, you better make sure that it's made in a very clever and funny way. And unfortunately, I think she did miss the mark there. And again, as someone who's dabbling with comedy, as someone who is a comedian, you got to be ready and willing to take that criticism. And I haven't heard her, strike back at any of the critics or apologize, but I'm guessing that she probably understands why some people are upset at this point. Well, here's a personal question for the story. And this one's a doozy. I like this question. Have you ever accidentally offended someone? Maytha?
All the time. I know after, for the first time, really going through and reading all the comments on the YouTube videos that I've been on for the Young Turks, I take full responsibility for one of them. My makeup is horrible. So I don't do makeup. I don't know how to do it. I just put like black eyeliner, that's it. And then I think that if I throw like a red lipstick, that'll all work. But the other thing
Are people offended by
yeah.
Yeah, no, they were. They definitely were. But the thing that people wanted to wish me ill was my comment about organ donating.
Okay, what was your comment? I don't remember.
Remember you asked if we would donate our organs, and I said I was conflicted.
Yes.
So literally, there were a whole bunch of comments that said that I hope that you need an organ and you never get one. I hope you die from not.
Ambivalent. You
Right. But I think my most favorite of all time was I was hosting on a network, and I'll leave it nameless, and I was sitting on a couch. And I had a dress on, but the couch was low and I was sitting back, so the skirt kind of went up almost as short as this is right now. But I'm not on a couch. I wasn't showing anything, but literally I got an email before I was gonna host again, and they told me, by the way, just as like a slight side comment, can you please only wear pants from now on?
From the network?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, it certainly wasn't Fox, because Fox would love you.
Or RT, right.
Or RT, yeah, exactly. Robby, what about you?
Yes, definitely.
Really? You're such a lovable guy. Like,
yeah,
what could you
and
possibly
so
say
let
that
me tell you,
affects
well, let me tell you. When I was first starting out at Equals 3 and we were learning how to transition the show, the show traditionally has a sort of edge to it. It traditionally had racially charged jokes every once in a while, and we found out that those racially charged jokes are very different when I say those things.
Right.
Yes.
So there was one instance that we were reviewing a video of this black family surprising their kids that they're going to Disneyland, and one kid is like, oh, is super excited, and she turns to her little brother, and her little brother just starts crying and everyone's like, what? And he's like, I don't want to go, and everyone's like, oh. So that was the video we were reviewing, and so when commenting on like, why is he crying, I did a little impersonation of like, Disneyland is for white people.
Oh no.
So different when I say it, because suddenly it's like I'm saying, ha ha, that's for me, not for you.
Right,
and so we learned a huge lesson there. That was the very, very beginning when we were still figuring out even just how to do the show, and right away, we knew that was not it.
When you immerse yourself into the world of public figuredom, like you kind of learn these lessons in the harshest way possible. I, of course, have offended many people throughout my stint at TYT. The latest example was a video that we did defending Kim Kardashian. And if you know anything about me, you know that I'm not her biggest fan. However, there's been a lot of fat shaming geared toward her now that she's pregnant. And the reason why I defended her is because it's disgusting to fat shame a pregnant woman who gains weight because she can't help it. In fact, she gains weight because that's what happens in a healthy pregnancy. So I definitely criticize those who criticize her, and then that offended people, and then they put their hatred toward me. But you know what? If you want to hate me because I want to defend someone who's being needlessly fat shamed, then go ahead and hate me. I hate you too. Okay? All right, well, tell me what you guys think. Comment in the section below. We do love hearing from you, even if it's a hateful comment. But I speak for myself. And we will read them, we will respond to them, and we will see you soon.